Welcome to the Saturday preview for what is an amazingly monstrous card. Glenn, how's your printout there for Randwick tomorrow?
Yeah, I want to thank RacingRant for the 3 trees we killed, putting me out of form going. 92 pages, boys. Used to be about 10 races, used to be about 46. What's going on with RacingRant's thing?
Well, they just, they fixed everything for you, and so they had to
but they left
all
these gaps between runs and just like cost us all paper. Why can't they fix this?
Listen, I did get some feedback the other day from old mate who said the Sapphire Coast was definitely a form guide there, just wasn't where you might expect it. So stay tuned for that one. More of the RacingRant saga, but more importantly, Randwick tomorrow. 10 races. I'm not sure why are we running the Spring Stakes tomorrow. I'm glad we are, but
I'm glad we are too. Great race, but why? What this time of year and that?
Okay, so they couldn't run the Spring Stakes at Beaumont last year because they can't run a race between 1350 and 2000. Yep. Right. Okay. So why run it on the 11th of February at Randwick? Like Beaumont's going to Broadmeadow's going to be open in a month properly. Why don't they just have it then? Yeah. Anyway. So who cares? Maybe. Who cares?
Do we ever stop whinging?
They're trying to maximise wink, aren't they?
Fuck, I hope we get speed tomorrow.
Well, look, it's mildly interesting in that you get a chance to lay winks when Waller is a bit pooey.
Waller's a bit pooey first up. New blood in the stables, not travelling. The old stages up and running are doing good jobs. It's interesting. I mean, it'll probably just win by a length, 2 lengths.
Bloody blah. Well, I'll make it. So
the way the market's going, we might be getting to lay it at. Because I thought because of what was going on, we'd probably have to lay it at $1.30 or something like that.
I know, it's going to be $1.16, $1.04 and a lay. There's a lay. Hope little Diviani puts his head out for once in his damn life.
Right, race 1. Sorry, I should mention the rail is out 8 metres, which seems a surprising rail position for a meeting like this.
Still a heavy 8 or slow 7 this morning. What are we going to be working with? A good 3?
Yeah, it's like it's going to be 25 degrees in the middle of the night tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a dry track, guys.
And rail out 8 metres just is a little bit unpromising for your back markers.
Okay.
It's
on pace, steady tempo.
Yeah, it's looking a bit on pace. Race 1, and this is a mile. $3.90 Leopari, $5.50 Hogmanay, $6 Sabino Speed, $7 Dylan Rojo, $8.50 the usual suspects Invincible, Cawthon's Power, $9 Astronomus, and $13 Savvy Nature, who has reappeared from somewhere to join the Gaybots.
And the Gaybots are flying. Absolutely flying, the Gaybots. Flying good.
Going great. Didn't it just piss in yesterday, says Monte?
Fucking fly, they're just all pissing in. So be very aware of Gaybot at the moment and be on their side.
Okay, so Dylan's Rojo will be labelled for the lead. I mean, he's got to get across Sabino Speed and Hogmanay, but I think he does that, which leaves Sabino Speed tracking him and Hogmanay in the death.
Yep, that's how I saw it too.
And next best, I don't know, Invincible, Cawthon's Power. Leopari looks to go back, and the small field is saving him here. I have to say that I thought Hogmanay had his chance last week, and I preferred the determination of Leopari.
I'd agree with that.
Even though Hogmanay will be in front of him. What do you reckon, Gordo?
Yeah, well,
I agree.
I went for Leopari as the current form, and then the 2 question marks, which were Savvy Nature and Astronomos.
And question marks, are they worthwhile question marks?
Well, you've got Gay on Absolute Fire, only 1,000 metre trial for Savvy Nature, and then first up over 1,600 metres seems a bit funny, but the stable can do funny stuff, and I got question marks about all the current form except for Leopari, who won last start. Astronomos, 2 trials, last one over 1,200. Change of stable, which I think is quite interesting.
And a mile first up means they've shown a bit of intent.
Yeah, and the fact the 2 trials and the last one over 1,200, I think
it's good. I must admit, on this encyclopedia form guide I've got here, I made it when I read a bit quick Astronomers, because I will say one thing: it is best horse in the race.
Yeah, look,
best horse in the race does run well.
You're all flagging this horse, which is not unreasonable, but I think the bottom one is the place to start, even though he goes back.
Definitely.
Like Montauk from last week.
Yeah.
Same race. Get out about $4.
Yeah.
Place to start.
And we don't have to worry about Waller with Lipari because it's up and running and a winner. So.
My number's here with Leopari on top. To beat Dylan's Rojo, I think the lead here presents as a bit of a tick here in this type of race because I thought there was a few non-chasers, and I thought Invincible would be behind old mate on the fence there, sucking up underneath him and take a couple of runs back down. I put him in for third, but I take on board what you said about Astronomous, Gordon. I think you might be right, and I've left Suspino's speed out of all my numbers, which I'm a bit uncomfortable with. So
she keeps scratching it. What's the story?
No, I don't know. What's the story then, guys?
Race 2, Highway over 1800, and $5 Circle Game, $5 Medieval, $7 Maestro Tom, $8 Halberd, who nearly knocked off Gold Ambition at Bathurst, $12 Tip to Tantivy, 13 Bill's a Goodie, 13 DeBeek, 14 is Marnero, 16 Backhouse Billy, 19 All's In. These are very tedious types. 21 Superforce Next Best.
Don't mention too many more, would you? Torture.
It is torture, this race.
1800, Highway, bad horses, can't wait to bet.
Who takes it up? Halberd, Circle Game, Maestro Tom and DeBeek, Posse up. Bill's a Goodie, has trouble getting out of the gates, but he could go forward. Superforce could go forward. I landed on M Dunn here to just,
Yep, easy to do, lightly race.
To get rid of the race.
Bit of different form, doing a bit of winner. Why not? And Steve Brown doing a really good job since he came back. I said to Corey the other day, I did mention him as, you know why jockeys got the, I was just thinking about something the other day. You know why jockeys are like particularly up themselves? It's because they sit 4 foot above us.
Oh.
That tall man
they're looking down.
Looking down.
And they started life looking up.
Yeah. Well, if you notice, tall blokes tend to be a little bit more arrogant.
Fucking oath they are.
But then there's short man syndrome as well.
Well, that's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
A chip on the shoulder.
Yeah.
So you can't see the chip on a tall bloke's shoulder. So anyway, I did say to Brownie, you're doing a good job, Brownie. Cause
he's doing a good job as well. His manager getting him fantastic rides.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's getting amazing books given he's just lobbed.
But he's doing a good job, guys. He's doing a good job. And then he said, oh, mate, when you got skills, straight back in the saddle. And then I retorted, of course, it just shows you how fucking easy it must be to ride a horse. Which he had a good laugh about. Guys, I was tipping one of my better mates here, Ty England. I was tipping on Halberd. I think, Ty's, he's coming up a couple of winners yesterday. There he is. He's an accomplished rider. Yeah, he's a pretty solid bloke, isn't he? He's a good bloke.
Big load of ties, missus.
Big thanks very much, guys, for destroying and ruining my life, but I'll get over it one day.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Anyway, he's not a short man.
I'm saying with
he's a tall man.
You can. That run at Bathurst is irrelevant. I mean, it was complimented to be so close to Gold Ambition because of the way the pace was.
Well, that's the slowest time of all time. Like the ratings to win ratings go. He rates 93 at Canterbury. This is just a time rating. Yeah. 88 at Canberra and then 65 at Bathurst.
I'm saying if you like Halberd, you've got to go off the Canterbury run, not the Bathurst run.
Well, I mainly picked it more because this was the horse I thought is definitely going to get the distance.
Yeah.
I thought there was like a lot of 1400 metre looking, weak looking animals, and like we saw Circle of Game at the parade the other day. Man, how well's it gone? Gee, it's a baked rabbit Circle Game at the moment.
He rode it perfectly too.
For it to run third, sort of poo-poo's number 1 to me a little bit in my head.
Who was 50 to 1.
Yeah, so I just tipped 4 from 6, but I could be easily 6 from 4. And I thought if there was a horse a little bit out of the market to run a race, it was DeBeek.
Yeah.
She's won on it, but for some reason can't often get a ride on it.
Look, I like Medieval's win at
Thingamajig going to
Doomben. So took a gap at the end there and was really strong late. But I just think that Dunn's horses are too short in the market because of his.
Because they keep winning.
Yeah, I know, but no. But this is like he hasn't got the winner for a couple of weeks now, has he? And
we didn't have a runner last week.
Yeah, but look. My point is that the market, you've got to get in before the market does, and I'm saying the market is overreacting.
Yeah, okay. All right. I would suggest that number 1 has obviously found some form off the non-tab win. Ran a great race the other day. Medieval's a horse of interest, and the other horse that I had that was of interest is Marnero, who's on the quick backup. And this guy, Cameron Crockett, is doing a much better job than Leanne Nussbaum did with this horse because it's going a lot better.
Well,
okay.
I'm saying if
keep to this race too long?
well, I haven't given him a tips yet.
I thought you had.
I said ones I was against.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were tipping
But
him.
we'll be doing
Look, if we're just going off last start, Maestro Tom should be favourite.
Well, it was 70's last start.
I know.
Well, every week we talk about
But it's
SP
just,
profile.
just off the run.
Well, hang on, we pull out to go
That-
over SP profile, then you want to tip something off 70.
Sometimes I ignore the SP profile because this thing is its first preparation over in Australia, and it actually did show something. So I'm saying this is new form. So
Right.
I got Maestro Tom on top from Circle Game.
Okay, race 3. We get to a 1.5 mile race now.
Oh, the Beyond Baker Stakes, he's doing a Sea Waller.
With 2 backer-uppers from Wednesdale, Novio and Plymouth Road. Lucky Most Exalted didn't get pushed
Why
around
lucky?
again.
Why lucky?
Well, because he clearly he was clearly suffering on Wednesday.
Yeah, I want to talk about this now because I've got some mail here. The stewards didn't allow this to run. They wanted to run.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because that's interesting. You go onto the Ladbrokes site and there's how many, it talks about various horses that have notched up multiple wins in a row, right? And there's Picnic in the Park. What did he win, 21 races straight or something? And there's footage of him winning 2 races on the Gold Coast on the same day in 1984. He won with his head on his chest both races.
Yeah.
It just can't be that hard.
Most Exalted, I know we're talking about scratching, so I do apologise. It'd be on the backup, which is a tick. Wet track to dry track, which is a tick. Its last run was 4 weeks, but between runs, so it's going from 19 to 24 the other day. So it's had the run over 24. It becoming off an SP profile of 5 to 4.
Yep.
It would have been a great chance with Tim Clark in this race, and the stewards just deemed that it's not allowed to run. They basically
I know.
they told young James you can't send this round. Now what I'm saying is, how in hell are they allowed to do that? How are these stewards, ever since this, Ray Murray told Bindi Cheers, you've ridden Lucky Elmo too many times as a 2-year-old, stewards are going too far. They should be there to police.
I agree. It is not acceptable in my view.
Now the only thing is they say is that this horse has to trial again before races.
So they've got that.
That's what they'd be saying.
Yeah.
But why can't James send it around to the trial? Oh no, just stay somewhere.
Jog it around. Jog it around. Anyway, this race, Admiral Jello, who was the winner of this, a big plunge in this race 4 weeks ago, and has had 4 weeks off obviously since, $4.40 in favourite, $5.50 is Embley, good Glyn the other day, $8.50, $8 Plymouth Road, $8.50 Burning Energy, 9 El Novio, 10 Gold Ambition, 11 Vassal, 14's a Topaz, 15 Regal Monarch, 26 Your Horse Dream Folk. Interesting race, Glenn. We've got B Baker to sort out the speed here. Gold Ambition, Embley, Burning Energy,
And Zetopaz.
and the Topaz.
Topaz.
Yeah, Plymouth Road led on Wednesday, obviously.
Takes a trail here.
Takes a trail, that's right. Vassal's going to have to work out how to put himself in the race sooner or later. Admiral Jello looks for his midfield position again, although could end up just a touch further back. Really interesting race.
Very interesting race, but like the first
I can see Gord getting edgy there. You know,
Mate, I just nearly went to sleep.
Can't wait to talk about
get
it.
$33 for good. Admiral Jello, look, if it wasn't the 4 weeks off and with the pace up front, the way it hit the line the other day, the other day, like, they're back to as if it was a one-ie, and it did look like a bit of a one-ie, but look, I settled on Burning Energy, guys. So it was just mainly because it wasn't the 4 weeks, it was 3 weeks between runs. It's had the run since the Admiral Jello race.
And it's the best horse.
I don't know about that. Don't know about
It was
that.
the best run in the Admiral Jello race. There's your race, there's your form line.
Well, I was tipping 5 on top, and I marked 8 and 12 next to it solely because they were backer-uppers. And I think backer-upping here is a bit of a stage, and I expect Admiral Jello to be hard to beat, big deal. And 2,400 is going to really suit him out here, guys.
Right, so as a Topaz, you couldn't give it away at 33 to 1 the other day, and it goes to win the 3,000 metre race at what is it called, the Barb at Bathurst.
Which is won the year before, and it is the lowest ratio of all time.
Like, what gives it any rights here? Look, the horse to beat, in my opinion, is Burning Energy. Admiral Jello is the danger. 8 El Novio for third, and I had 1 Gold Ambition for fourth, just to give my numbers, because Gord won't be giving any numbers.
Yeah, I'm number 5 Burning Energy, and we'll be backing it. I think.
Wow, so the
that's a
three
good
of us have
price.
tipped the same horse, and it's $8.50.
$8.50.
Wow, there you go. How good do we do this?
Glenn, you were keen on Vassal last week.
I was, but I've nearly gotten the sack class. What do you do with it?
Well, it's Invincible, it's Corfin's Power, it's all these horses that are trying to recover their form, and they're
Struggling.
and they're just
They obviously
they're just
appreciate.
marking time.
They all once appreciated the third bum with no cameras. I don't know what's happened to them all. Something's happened to them. Something's happened to some of these horses. I don't know what's going on.
That's the 1.5 mile race. Race 4 is the in time honoured Inglis Classic.
What do you mean time? I was only going for a few years, isn't it? Oh.
That's right, that's the joke.
Oh.
$4.40 is Sweet Deal, $5.50 Ultramarine. It's got a bit of a Snowden feel about it, this race. $8 Frolic. And then we're out to, $6.50, She's on Cue, yeah. I'm sorry about that. $13 Fire Stoker, the victor at Canberra over the $1.20 shot last week. $14 Let's Get Naughty Girl, 15-cent Marco, blah, 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 blah.
Bit of a dog's breakfast, isn't it?
Yeah, and look, I suppose there's a few likely types in this race.
Well.
What do you make of the fact that Ultramarine had the 1,000 metre lead up into the 1,200 here? It just wasn't really my cup of tea.
Well, it kind of was mine.
Because it's a stronger race?
No, because I thought it was the best hopes of the Snowden horses. His stable's going good. The people that own these horses, they're all just, every time you look up there's a winner.
Well, they get a lot of runners.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think too much about the 1,000 to 1,200 much, to tell you the truth. Yeah, that was your question, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's my question.
Okay, well, a lot of 2-year-olds at this time of season are coming off 1,000 metre runs, so I guess to 1,200, I think the 1,200 will suit. Right,
okay.
I sent him 4 to beat 14, I thought trialled like a bomb. Beat Dracaris, who would look like likely type during the week. One on Wednesday at Warwick Farm. I expect it to be that Dracaris to be well suited on Saturdays leading up to the Golden Slipper. Like, that Warwick Farm race often throws up a Golden Slipper favourite.
Can do.
So I sent him 4 to beat 14. And for third I put in number 7. Who the fuck's it? Frolic. Michael only for trainer winner Friedman. But
did eat the line the other day, didn't it?
Did eat the line the other day.
You know, and it comes home for the first time and it's had two 1,200 metre runs.
Has Tommy Berry. Bit of odds there. What are you saying, Gordy?
Keen on 14. I thought that trial was fantastic. Being franked with, as you say, the Wednesday stuff. Yeah. Other than that, I'll definitely be backing that. And I thought number 2 Firestoker was a Canberra horse that actually did something first
up. Barrier 1, Kathy O'Hara. What are you seeing for something?
Well, it's because I'm getting odds to find out. Like, obviously, I'm not going to be interested in anything under $10, but it did beat what I think is a pretty good horse in Mossman.
Oh, well, there's fucking frame photos of Kathy at every pony club in New South Wales.
I don't think this was the strongest race in the world, to be honest.
I agree with that.
Well, it never is. It's because it's only for horses from the classic sale.
Yeah.
You know, it's like your $100,000.
We'll be in the classic sale this week.
I'm clearly 14 on top from 2 and 4.
Can't wait for Mounting Yard Mail there, even for me.
Yeah.
I've got to say, the whole day
is a Mounting Yard Mail.
Is a Mounting Yard Day and a Mark Lambourne day, because I love Mark lining up the fit form with the new classier form, and I love you lining up the classier form that's ready to go first up. They're actually, you and Mark have a symbiotic relationship tomorrow, Glenn.
You're pale enough for Dales. We're just going to give you a real shave there. Head, top.
Oh, and I've got to wear yellow.
Get the
yellow.
Yeah. Get the grease on top. That would be great. Look, Sweet Deal did a great job at Rose Hill at 1,100 the other day on debut. It comes home. It obviously pushes on into a forward spot.
It is favourite. We haven't even mentioned it. You were the first one too.
Yeah. Look,
by the same token, Mark got beaten 0.7 length horse straight under it, and Let's Netty Girl got beaten 2.3 lengths.
Yeah, but
also finished 12th. They got beaten 3 lengths. I just looked at that race and I heard Steve Colaguri in my left ear going, you can't back anything out of this race.
But it had no favours in that race. It wasn't like Let's Get Naughty Girl, who just smoked her pipe under there, just did no work at all. This horse was 4 wide.
Teaspoons this big.
I know. Look, it's
not, a fucking little ant.
Look, I understand the appeal of the Ultramarine form line being stronger, but I think Sweet Deal did something, whereas Ultramarine didn't so much do it.
I can understand that too if Sweet Deal was $11. Well, Sweet Deal's gone on favourite. Isn't it a favourite to oppose in this race?
Anyway, Sweet Deal I have on top. Ultramarine, obviously, we've talked about. Firestoker I do give a chance to, and obviously She's on Cue's got a hope, and the other one is Frolic.
Get this next race, Mounting Yard Rail, this race, boys.
Wow, this is the Southern Cross. We've got the 3-year-old is getting a head start here at $2.35. $6.50 Le Romaine, $6.50 Dotharaki, $7 the other 3-year-old Defcon, $13 His Majesty, who for a bleeder it seems to go around every week now, $15 Sipper
Ring Ray Murray,
$15 Big Money,
Thanks, Ray.
$19 Supreme Effort, right out of the market tomorrow.
And not hopeless.
I'm surprised he's that long. But anyway, look, there's nothing doing here. There's no speed here. You know who I have as the leader? His Majesty.
Wow, this is a real dog's breakfast, this race.
Right,
Why
so
is this impending so short? Even though I'm tipping it.
Well,
Yeah.
look, I suppose it's fresh blood, it's 3-year-old, it's got gun, it's, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's run in the Caulfield Guineas, it's run favourite in the Caulfield Guineas, but it's, yeah, I don't know about its creds.
I'm not sure about its creds either. I'm not sure about the bottom one's creds either.
No.
But then the rest also look like the usual suspects, except maybe for number 1 and number 2. But big money's into the usual suspect range. Snippet lands there.
It doesn't seem like an impending race to me.
I just don't want to tip it.
Yeah.
I've got the marked on top. I was doing the performance one now, and I don't want to be on it.
There's
Right.
question marks,
Well,
but
no
it
one's
could definitely still win.
no one's grabbing you and making you back it. It's
you know
like
I'm not going-
$2.35.
You know I won't be winning.
The one I'm definitely going to back is number 1, Le Remain. Remember, first up last prep over the 1200 metres at Randwick, got
Sea
beaten
Reef,
by
Barrier 1.
got beaten by Tycoon Tara, who was absolutely flying at the time. I think that's good enough to win this race, and I was very impressed with its last trial
And
at
the
Newcastle.
stable is flying.
And you got Hugh Bowman on board.
Yeah, so looks a great chance
And I
for
think,
me as well.
I think it's a good price too. It's a
$7.
$6.50.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to tip the favourite now. I'm going to go to Dothraki, who's coming back from this sprint at the Gold Coast, to beat maybe number 1. I kind of agree with what. One thing I'll say about number 1 is it's best horse in the race, and number 6 best roughie in the race. 6 and 8 are good roughies, I think. Weird race.
Weird race, and that's the
the front one.
That's the front half of the Randwick
Got to get
card.
to the beach soon. Let's do it for
Got to do your best.
Do your best, mate.